Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Now, let me tell you something about barrel scraping. It's not really an art of finesse. It's more so an art of just sheer force. And through sheer force, we're creating content when there just might not be anything there. Tayshia Adams posted on Easter, some happy Easter, look at me, I'm in pastels type of thing. We all do it. I get it. But Zach Clark liked it. So, is the relationship dead? Yes. Can it be brought back to life? Probably not. Is there a sliver of a hope, a beacon, just a tiny speck of sunlight in the distance? Probably not. But will we make a video? 100%. All right, so let's get into it. Here she is. She's in Manhattan. She's crossing the street. She's wearing a lot of white. Let me tell you something. Okay. You don't wear white in Manhattan for reasons. You sit down anywhere, you're going to get dirty. There's pigeons, there's puddles. Oh, the puddles in New York City. You think it's 2 inches deep. Next thing you know, you're waist deep. You need Duck Dynasty boots just to walk through a city after a rainstorm. But either way, she's looking good nonetheless. A couple photos, because one's never enough. She's looking, okay, you got to look right, look left. There she is. And then, oh, can you believe this? And by the way, not to expose Tayshia here, but she may be jaywalking as far as we can tell. She is in the crosswalk and she doesn't have the go. But that's not the point of the story. So she's there. And of course, our good folks, BachelorNation.scoop, couldn't help but notice, says if you watch Tayshia season, you'll know what I'm talking about. That being the on-again, off-again saga that is her and Zach. Now, are they back on? No, of course not. Not at all. But are they still communicating? Yes. And that's more than I do with my exes, right? So, he didn't have to hit the like button. He did. Now, Zach is running a marathon this week, and as we know, the New York Marathon, was the beginning of the end for Zach and Tayshia, right? That's when she ran the marathon with him, and there were these rumors that he was yelling at her let's go, trying to get her to run faster and keep up or whatever. We don't know if any of that's true, but what we do know is several days after the marathon, she went into the hospital with a pretty bad sickness, some sort of kidney infection, I don't know, one of those types of things. And she goes, oh, look, it's not from the marathon. And we're like, it's 100% from the marathon. You ran a race that literally, people die running, people, crap their pants, right? They lose their bowels. It's from the marathon, all right? Anyway, now Zach's running today the Boston Marathon, and so is Matt James. So I'm going to cover that in a second, but I just wanted to share this little crumb of nothing. It really is, but you got to give me credit where it's due, right? I'm like a magician who forgot his props, at home, and I'm like, all right, let's do some magic. What do you got, Timmy? Give me some. Oh, look, there's a silver dollar in your ear. You know what I mean? I got no magic. I have no magic props. Yet here we are. Here's a quick clip of what Tayshia said several weeks ago regarding if she'd go back on The Bachelor. And let me tell you something. This is a waste of your time. Watch.
Well, we've got return to The Bachelorette. I mean, I think that's truthfully the $1 million question, but I have to.
Is it $1 million question, Tayshia? It's maybe worth a couple bucks. It's the $25 question.
To say at least that time for me really served me. So it's taken up a lot of me time for the last 4 years that I'm ready to just do the next thing.
Take a break for a minute.
Yeah.
It's not a no, but a pause.
It's a pause.
Okay, and then everyone claps. Oh my gosh, it's what are we even clapping for? Yeah, if you've ever been to one of these shows, they have the applause things, and you're just trained to be just complete idiots in the audience. But there they are, and credit to Drew. She looks like she's dressed as a 1980s caterer. What is she wearing? Anyway, she's catering, right? She's serving us up a whole bunch of nothing, but it's a Monday, so. It's Bachelor Easter. This has nothing to do with the story, but we shared Tayshia on Easter. So Easter photos this weekend are basically anyone in Bachelor Nation who couldn't get into Coachella or has kids. So we have Becca there and Raven and their new baby, very cute. Trista, right? They got, okay, that's an older family, right? The OGs. A nice sundress. Make it about you. We get it. Same thing with Piper. Very nice. Who's okay? Don't make me guess everyone's names here. Adorable. And then why did they include this photo? This is just Ben Higgins and his wife, dressing for a hike. I don't think that counts as Easter. Either way, hope everyone had a good Easter weekend and looks adorable. All right, let's get into the actual marathon. So here's It's really hard to make this content, folks. Hey, Dave, if there's no content to make, why are you making videos? Don't question my strategy in life, okay? Sometimes you just got to show up, and sometimes the content arrives, and sometimes it doesn't. But we're still here, and we're still doing the damn thing. And also, at 11 a.m. Pacific time today, I'll be going on my live stream, patreon.com/Dave Neal, for my private membership-only community live stream right after this next conversation I have to have with my wedding planner. So we'll fill you guys in on some wedding details. If there's no drama to speculate on in Bachelor Nation, we can discuss what type of dress design Tasha's going to go with. This is fascinating stuff. All right, so here's Zach. Let's see what he has to say. No sound. So there he is getting his number. He's meeting some people at the starting line. They do some cryotherapy, and then he's got a link to his foundation. So nothing really wild to post there, but more chronicles from Matt James with regards to the start of his Boston Marathon.
It's 3:03 a.m. and I feel like absolute dog shit. I ate my weight in pasta last night, thinking that I was Michael Scott. It's not the proper way to carb load.
If you remember, Michael Scott was eating like fettuccine. Is that what fettuccine Alfredo, just creamy pasta, and then before he ran a race?
Boston Marathon, 5 hours. And it's coming out of both ends right now.
Jeez.
Don't be like me. Don't be like Michael Scott. Be better than us. You think that's funny? I'm hurting.
Rachel Kirkconnell might get Girlfriend of the Year, by the way, for waking up at 3 a.m. to help him film some stuff. So, yeah, Boston Marathon, it starts early. I don't know what time it starts, 6 a.m., whatever. But you got to drive. You got to get shuttles over to Hopkinton, Mass., where it starts. And then you got to make your way 26.2 miles to the finish line. Of course, we are celebrating, the Boston Marathon for a New Englander is really the start of spring. There's always a 10 a.m. baseball game at Fenway Park. There's a lot of pageantry involved. And, of course, now, several years, of course, after the horrifying bombing on Marathon Monday, it holds a whole different weight to it. Freedom, and there's a lot of festivity brewing. So anyway, here he is. There he is, 3:07 a.m. So he's waking up sick. That's horrible, and he's running the race today. Here's his ticket number, 26481. I wonder if we can track that, 26481. Matt James. Let's see if we can track that right now. Boston Marathon track runner. Okay, yeah, look at that. We can track it. So let's go 26481. Let's see if we can find it today. How to track a runner. Don't make this hard for me. Oh, come on, Boston Globe. You know what? We're gonna do a dedicated video to this. I just thought that it might be a little bit easier to just punch a number in. Why don't they let you? You got to enter a track runners by logging in. Oh, you got to log in. Anyway, we're gonna figure out where he is. We'll do that in the next video, but we'll show the start of his race here off to the starting line.
Yeah, the squad's heading up to the starting line. We've been in Athlete Village for freaking 3 hours, so we're ready to go. All for a great cause, and let's see if the training pays off or lack thereof.
So there he is. So my guess is Matt James is going to run a 3-hour 15-minute marathon. Although the Boston Marathon's brutal. You got Heartbreak Hill. There's, it's a tough race. All right, I will make a video updating you guys on Zach and Matt's whereabouts once I find out how to actually track them. They're probably about 18 or so miles, 15 to 18 miles into the race. So that'll probably be coming out soon. That might be my next video. And more content coming your way. See you on the Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal. Also, I've got a new clip up on my YouTube channel, Dave Neal Stand-Up Comedy Clips. And you can also find that on my Instagram, @DNeals. All right, folks, we'll see you shortly. Bye, everybody.